Hiring a head chef can make or break a restaurant.
Service.
Costing?
I don't know. When I point at a plate, I want you to tell me how much that plate cost me.
Can I have it now?
I'm out of my depth.
It's a nightmare trying to find a chef.
But now, help is at hand.
Good morning.
Alex Polizzi has 25 years of experience in the hospitality industry.
Why is the plate cold?
A schoolboy error.
She will work with 4 restaurants who desperately need her help
This is a real interview process.
as they hire a new head chef.
I have one word to say, which is yummy.
It's Alex's final day in Cornwall, helping owner Sam Sheffield Dunstan search for a new head chef for her seafood restaurant.
We're very well known for lobster, crab and wood-fired specialities.
But over the last few years, Porthleven has rapidly grown into a popular gastro hotspot. With 10 restaurants now competing for each and every customer, it's more crucial than ever that Sam finds the right chef to stay ahead of the game.
It's got to the point where I am so stressed that I've been in the kitchen myself working rather than take the wrong person.
Currently, Sam relies on trusted friend and chef Mark Devonshire to help out in the kitchen.
How's that bread coming on, please?
We have looked and we have advertised and we have interviewed and we have trialled. It's a nightmare trying to find a chef.
But with Alex's help, her 6-month search is almost over.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to the final.
9 applicants have been interviewed for this life-changing position. During a fiery few days of cooking,
Trying to make a stock in this time, it's like, come on.
6 got the chop. Aaron's dishes delivered, but he was too familiar.
To turn around and call your prospective boss love. And
I do apologise.
Although Fabien impressed, there were still concerns.
He said himself, if he has a weakness, it's that he's too nice. That makes me nervous.
Celia's cuisine didn't fit the bill, nor did Tom's ambition.
Obviously, my goal is to go for rosettes.
Despite ticking all the boxes, there were still reservations about Paul.
We can work together and create a new concept if that's what you require, new ideas, new sort
Don't
of...
need a new concept.
No, not the concept so much, but the ideas and the input, do you know what I mean? Apparently I talk too much.
And Chris just wasn't up to scratch.
It looks messy, darling.
But 3 did make the grade and were shortlisted for the final interview. Martin Davis, Barry Horn,
Good job, mate, good job.
and Robert Gibson. This is their last chance to prove they should be the restaurant's new head chef.
It's the final round of interviews, and we should have had our preferred 3 chefs here today to battle it out, but things haven't gone quite according to plan.
Having reconsidered the head chef job, Barry and Robert have pulled out, deciding this remote location was not for them or their families.
The reality is, however, that that is how this industry is. And there's no getting away from the fact that again and again you're disappointed. So how are you feeling at this final stage of the interview process?
It kind of makes you feel like it's, wasted energy sometimes when these things happen.
I mean, in a way, to tell you the truth, I'm very happy that they pulled out and that they made it clear, because who wants the boredom of wasting another day on people who ultimately aren't interested in the job?
Having revisited her shortlist, Sam has chosen to call back 2 chefs who narrowly missed the first cut.
Both of them went to great lengths to make sure that I knew how much they wanted the job.
It's a golden opportunity for Paul from day 2 and Fabien from day 3 to have another bite at the cherry.
So I'm really pleased with the final 3 we have now.
Oh, good. So we've got 3 quite strong candidates in the end for this head chef position. I'm dying to see who comes out on top.
Yeah.
First of the 3 finalists back into the kitchen is Martin Davis. In his first interview, Martin took a big gamble.
I'd never even done the dish before as well. I was like, I'm that idiot like you see on TV that does the dish that you shouldn't be doing, that you've never done before.
For me, it looked a little bit like a car crash on the plate.
But in the end, his spider crab delight clawed it back.
I really enjoyed that. I mean, the crab really comes through. You've kept all the flavour.
Yeah, really amazing dish.
Clever dish.
Martin, he had bags of energy and enthusiasm.
So wanted it. So wanted the job.
So wanted it, and convinced you too that with this CV that showed he'd moved around an awful lot, that this was his moment. He wanted to settle down, he wanted to put down some roots, was very happy to move the family down here. He had one thing, big thing to prove, which is that he can cook fish.
Our second candidate is Fabien Kozik.
Nice to meet you. And yourself? Fabien.
Having narrowly missed the cut first time around, he's been thrown a lifeline and a chance to finally prove himself.
I was really surprised when I had the call. I didn't expect that at all. Then I felt ready to rumble again, yeah.
He blew everyone away with his Cornish hot and cold mackerel.
Every element of that dish I really enjoyed.
That's a dish to eat out on the terrace in summer.
Oh, darling, I love it.
You surprised me. Yeah.
It was brave and it was brilliant.
Thank you.
Speechless.
Yeah.
Speechless, well done. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
But there was cause for concern about his costings.
What price would you put it on a menu?
18.
It's a very expensive cost price to put it on at 18. That would not make us money.
Okay.
No.
The big question with him was, does he understand profit margins? Does he understand how to calculate? Does he understand the ethos here?
And to lead, to be that, you know, brash one at the front that's literally, you know, has to shout sometimes at the back and lead. And yeah, costings and leadership are the two things that you know, I need to see proven today, I think.
Our final chef to complete the lineup is Paul James.
Morning, guys. How you doing? All right?
Morning, you all right?
Yeah, good, thank you. I think I was a little bit nervous, maybe over-nervous, especially with the interviewing round stage.
During Paul's first interview, he left Sam speechless.
You don't leave things to last. I've seen too many chefs leave things to last minute. You've got time to lean, you've got time to clean. There's
saying.
There's another thing there. This is just some old menus, some costings and some budget things.
Thank
you. Thank you very much for your time.
Well,
I feel exhausted. I feel absolutely exhausted.
I'm surprised he hardly breathed through that whole thing.
But I went to ask him questions a couple of times and there was no space. There was not even a millimetre.
But it was his food which proved better at doing all the talking.
That was a fab dish. All of it worked fantastically together. I'm really impressed at his cooking.
But he also knows how to put a wow factor in there, and that was like something that I never expected. Maybe I should put my own feelings aside then.
I think he's talking because he's very nervous.
Yeah.
And I think I'm the same as well. When you're very nervous, you'll talk a lot.
I was a little bit cocksure, to be honest. Possibly my personality wasn't quite right for Sam.
So he has the best management skills, is clearly quite knowledgeable about managing a team, who has by far the best idea of costings.
Yeah.
It's just a question of whether his personality is a good match for yours.
And also really wants it. Desperate for it as well.
This final interview will be a crucial day for all three chefs, but a life-changing decision for one.
This is the ultimate test for these three chefs. If they can't hack it today, then they just won't get the job. Hello, chefs. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, how are you all?
Yeah, good.
Very well, thank you.
Good morning. Lovely to see you.
So today we're going to do hopefully a 3-course wedding menu. So what I'm looking for is something that's unique, but that also has really spot-on costings.
So at this stage, can I have your menus and your costings, please?
Each chef has been asked to pre-plan a 3-course wedding menu. They will now have 45 minutes to prepare and serve their starter. There will be no room for error.
We've decided, for operational reasons, it's too hard for all three of you to work with a team and coordinate together with all different dishes, all for separate tables out there. So, cruel as it sounds, I'm afraid, we're going to get you to cook for us your starters, and then at the end of that, we'll eliminate one of you straight away. OK? It's a cruel, hard world.
That was a shock.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Happy cooking.
Thank you.
Cheers, thank you.
The wedding dishes will be judged on presentation and style, and the ability to produce a large quantity to a consistent standard at a cost-effective price.
One of us are getting kicked out after the starter, so this starter's really got to blow them away. Let's hope it does that.
A bit more stress now. Yeah, my dish is quite simple. Maybe too simple, I'll see.
Obviously a little bit more nervous now knowing that one of us is going home at the end of this, but if we get through, it gives us a bit more room in the kitchen to focus on, so hopefully we're going through.
Wedding party menus are a popular side of Sam's business, so the new head chef must comfortably cater to this market and the daily demands of the busy restaurant.
Our weddings that we have here are very unique, very different, you know, from your standard kind of place that you go to for a wedding. So it'll be interesting to see if they've looked at our menus online and priced them within our price range.
What would you love to see on a menu, of a wedding menu, and what would you dislike?
So, I mean, obviously it would be lovely to see some kind of fish, but it's got to be things that can be costed correctly a year in advance, something that's not going to fluctuate hugely. Yeah. So they've got to think down the road.
Because the whole point about large-scale dining as a wedding is that your margins can be set in stone and that therefore you can ensure the kind of final profitability.
Yeah, I've just put some squid ink in there to colour it, and it is seafood pasta, so I'm going to do a bit of a Nero, basically. So I've got to make 3 different doughs, put them over there, put them together, slice them, and then put them through the machine really quickly.
Living on the Cornish coast allows Martin to combine his passion and enthusiasm for cooking with fine local produce, along with catching it.
Winter times I do a lot of shooting and a lot of fishing, and in the summer times I do a lot of spear fishing. Yeah, it'd be quite a big deal if I get a job, and I'll have a very happy wife because I've got stability as well, and I'll have a very happy me because I get to put my input onto other menus and onto a place itself, so yeah.
Yeah, keep note on that one. Keep going. I'm really proud of Martin for getting through to the final. I would have been really shocked if he didn't, to be honest, because I know that he puts all of his effort into everything, into the thought of the menu, and I think he'll be an asset to them if they took him on, definitely.
I've got my little commie chef here, I'm training her up.
Which one, me or Elsie?
I think I could rise to the challenge. I could think, yeah, I know I could make that kitchen mine. I know I could. Just got to go in there and do what I do, really. I wouldn't be sitting here if I didn't want this role as the head chef so much, trust me. I wouldn't be going through all this. I'd tell you right now, no way.
Wanting to bring his passion to the plate, Martin is preparing a starter of homemade smoked mackerel and salmon ravioli served with a tomato and basil dressing.
So why salmon and mackerel? When I saw that, I was like, really? That's quite an unusual combination.
Basically. I mean, to be honest with you, the salmon, you get a little bit of the flavour, but mainly it's for the colour as well, purpose.
Good. You've thought about it long and hard.
Yeah, about 5 hours.
Yeah,
for a starter. Like, I nearly went down that road.
Would you say this is you, this starter?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just something different and something I enjoy doing. And it's fresh. And the whole point of, you know, seafood and everything it's fresh. Freshly made pasta, freshly made sauce.
Lovely.
45 minutes.
Yeah,
we'll move on. We'll move on. Thanks, Ollie.
I think mackerel and salmon in a raviolo, I quite like the idea of.
I don't really get how that's going to work, but it'll be interesting to see. What do you think,
Yeah,
Mark?
I'm not sure either. But I really like the idea of the tomato and basil dressing.
So shall we look at his costings?
Yeah.
How much would you usually charge for a wedding menu?
OK, so our set menus range from 35 to 45. So there's 2 or 3 different ranges in there and 2 or 3 different menus that we put forward.
And your average markup, what would you expect as gross profit?
75%, because you can plan for it.
OK. So, well, on the plus side, Martin's costing is a 75% markup, which at least that hits the mark. He's thinking his 3-course menu cost price will be £7.18 and selling at £36 per person. So that's not a million miles away from what you're looking for.
No.
All right, someone's copying me here.
Did I copy you?
You're just copying me. Are we doing the same dish here?
I started.
In France, they don't make mash, they make pommes
Puree.
puree.
Having produced a standout dish in his first interview, Fabien is hoping to equally impress with his starter of Cornish scallops served with a celeriac puree and shallot chutney, finished with a pork belly foam.
I choose a quite easy recipe to try to be on time.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be scallops pan-fried in butter, mash and celeriac puree, a bit of crispy pork belly on top, and some foam again.
What is your foam obsession?
I like it. I think it's still butter or cream, but it make it lighter.
And why do you think Sam should want to see your full menu?
Because I think it's good. Because
Because it's the best?
Because it's the best.
Since moving from France a year ago, the seaside town of Bournemouth has been home to Fabien and his young family.
I was already dreaming about being one of the best restaurants in Cornwall, yeah? Something true, something honest, and people would come to eat my food. We always cook together. He is good, he's not really good, but he's quite good now. I've been a head chef before in France, and when I came back to England, I started as a sous chef. It's a bit frustrating to be a sous chef. You don't do what you want, and yeah, you do what your head chef wants. Wow. My wife is ready to do anything for me. She knows my job is important for me.
But for his 5-year-old son, it would mean moving schools and leaving friends.
I spoke to my son for the first time about moving to Cornwall, and it's been hard because he was crying and everything. It'd be hard to bring my kids, and maybe at the end of the school year, that's what I thought.
Fabien's starter. And the only bit that I'm slightly worried about is the pork belly foam.
But then we said that with his initial dish that we didn't understand, we didn't get it, and it came out and blew us away. So I think he's got something going on there. There's a secret device or something.
So he has suggested that whole menu at £32 per person, but I'm afraid the shocker is the cost of that menu he calculates as £10.15, which is something like a 58% GP.
And you can see it. I don't think this is... I think this is probably guesstimating. And even if he'd guesstimated it and he's worked out the total cost, he should know how to make that 70%. That's the worry.
Let's not worry about it at the moment. Let's not even worry about it until we taste these starters and decide who we want to discuss things with further.
OK.
OK, brilliant.
Paul has also chosen Cornish scallops, but his will be served with monkfish, chorizo, and a Parmesan cream.
Hi, Paul.
Morning.
So tell us about your starter.
I've gone for a bit of a Spanish, French, Cornish sort of start here. Yeah, no, just simple, and it's a great little start that you can do for big numbers as well.
Why have you picked the rest of your menu?
Because it was a wedding menu, and this is something that can be adapted onto wedding. I mean, I could see having these 60 of these done up beforehand. It's costed, you've got 2 scallops per each. You've got it's well costed, it's well balanced. It can be, there's not a lot of change in it as well. You can get every dish looking identical without being sort of too clinical on everything.
Costings don't worry you, do they?
I'm fine with costings.
Great.
90.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Getting out to the beach for a little bit of fun times, are we?
Yay!
All right, Charlie.
Yeah.
Ready for the beach?
Yeah.
Down to the beach, bit of football? Yeah.
Paul wants to put an end to working short-term contracts and hopes 20 years chef experience will secure him the stability of this head chef position.
Now, my family is a very motivating prospect to this whole competition. If I can have a good job, you know, I've got the money coming in, I can support the kids, and that's what I like as well, the fact that it is a family-orientated restaurant.
So good!
It would mean so much. It means so much. I mean, I just think it would be like a new start to life.
What a kick, Jack. What a great kick.
I'm proud of my dad because he's such a good chef.
He makes us all proud with his food. I mean, I can't fault him with his dinners.
So on the day, it's anyone's game, but for me, it means a lot, you know. I've come this far, let's take it another step further. Let's see what we can do.
So what do you think of that starter?
I think that starter sounds lovely, but it is scallops again, which is obviously very variable in price.
Yeah.
And an expensive ingredient to use for a wedding, so it'd be interesting to see his what he's costed this out at.
Should we go to his costings?
Yeah.
So, He has costed out his wedding menu at £34 per person. And
very well costed.
Very well costed. He's explained every single bit.
Everything. And he's even gone down to actually how many portions and split it up, and he obviously has a very good knowledge of that.
He's the one who's probably the most au fait with costings.
He's got quite a good business head on him.
Wow, mate, they look amazing.
Hope you taste it, mate.
They look really good.
For this wedding menu starter, presentation will be vital, along with taste and practicality. It's a last chance to put the final detail into the first impression.
Hi.
For his starter, Martin has served homemade smoked mackerel and salmon ravioli with a tomato and basil dressing. Will it be enough to demonstrate his abilities?
I mean, I've only cooked a salmon, really. The smoked mackerel's already smoked. I still haven't shown my abilities to cook fish, but if they put me through here, then obviously they're going to see me cook the fish.
I think that's not what I expected at all. I think it's lovely.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's saltiness and the homemade ravioli. I really enjoyed it.
The only thing I could say for me, I'd like a nice olive oil with it.
Yep.
A bit more of an extra virgin olive oil on it. But it actually all works very well.
I was worried about your tomato and basil dressing, but it actually works perfectly. I would have liked a bit more dressing.
Yeah.
That's my only comment, but I was so looking forward to eating this dish.
Yeah.
And actually, you have done yourself proud.
Yeah, well done.
Thank you.
Well done.
Good, yeah.
For Fabian's starter, he has chosen to serve Cornish scallops with a celeriac puree and a shallot chutney. It's finished with a pork belly foam and served on a slate.
It looks beautiful.
Should we try it?
Yes.
Yes.
Sam, go first.
It's more or less the battle of the scallops today. Yeah, two of us are making scallops, so I hope it'll be mine.
The scallops are perfectly cooked.
They are.
I find the pork belly slightly overwhelming with the scallops. It's such a strong flavour. Now I kind of almost can't taste anything else.
But the scallops were cooked beautifully. The presentation was really lovely. It was a super dish.
Yeah, I felt it was really elegant, and then that little bit made it a bit too masculine.
Paul has also served scallops for his starter, but this time with monkfish and chorizo, along with the Parmesan cream.
Now, I'd like to get a chance to go through this round, so to show my main courses and my dessert for tonight. Yeah, now I've got fingers crossed and just hope for the best, really.
But how will his starter stack up?
The first thing that struck me was just the presentation. It's a little bit dated, the presentation. Do you know what I mean? For me, it just, the simpler the better sometimes.
It's just a bit galumphing. Yeah. And I think with, you know, wedding menus, it's quite nice to be a little bit delicate.
But I think the proof's in the pudding, actually, and in the eating. Because you've got a really good palate.
Let's eat.
The first mouthful's lovely, but then when the chorizo comes along, it just whacks you, and it overpowers everything else, which is kind of a shame, because I thought the sauce was lovely.
We've got two scallop dishes, which are completely different, and yet there's been, to my mind, slightly similar mistake, which is, as we keep on saying, scallops are quite delicate.
I think you've got to think about it. It's a wedding. People are there. They're going to sit in there chatting, enjoying themselves, and it's kind of a bit robust to dive into with a fork. And there's a big old scallop there to tackle with sauces dripping down people's suits and dresses and things.
OK. Before you came out, we did look through all your menus. You got the costings right on the nose, darling, which is no surprise. You know, we know how experienced you are. Well done. And you were furthest away from the mark. Fab. I don't think
Martin's was very near as well.
Yeah,
Martin's was very near. I think now we have to go and have a chat in the kitchen. Shall we? Come on. Do try each other's.
That's all right.
Starving. Let's try this pasta.
I'll try you.
That is really good, man.
Sam, Mark and Alex must now decide which chef to let go.
So have we agreed that Martin's definitely through?
Yes.
Yes.
Loved Martin's.
But the big decision then is Paul or Fabien?
Food and love, Fabien, but I don't see it in his eyes. I'm not entirely convinced that he wants this more than anything, but Paul does. And Paul's costings are so brilliant. So could you, you know, I don't know, kind of steer him in our presentation? Because
Yes,
he will
you
make
could.
me money. He will make me money.
And he will work really hard with you.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk to Fabien and Paul? What do you want to do?
Yeah.
No, I need to look at Fabien in the eyes.
Wine's a little sour in it.
But before Fabien, Sam has some questions for Paul.
Hopefully I can get through to the next round because my dishes are completely different. They're up another level. The presentation is modern day. So hopefully I can get through to the next round. Hi, Sam, Mark.
Can I ask you, are you receptive to us teaching you, or do you feel that you want to come in here and kind of do your stuff?
I'm very sort of malleable when it comes to the situations. I would love this job as head chef. I mean, the location is great. I mean, you've got a great restaurant going on here, and I think we could work together brilliantly as a team.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
You're welcome. He really wants it.
I know he really does, and he would work really well with us, and we could train him so hard.
It's a very difficult decision between Fabien and Paul for some fairly obvious reasons. Paul's starter dish was not a very good one. In fact, I think it could fairly be called disaster, but he realised it. And he is a very experienced chef. He would definitely be able to be moulded. Fabien is got a lovely character. He's adorable, but he has again and again shown an inability to cost, which makes Sam very nervous.
I'd mostly just broke that up a little bit and just sprinkled it on, so then you wouldn't have had such an intense flavour.
Yeah.
Nice, lovely as well.
I'd be very frustrated if I had to leave now, because I've been thinking about my main and my dessert. So thinking about recipe and not being able to cook them, it's really frustrating.
You need to convince me that you will actually come down here and commit to me till minimum the end of the season. I need to believe that in my heart.
I promise. But yeah, I will do that at least until the end of the season.
And do you really want this job, Fabien? Is this like you would put anything on hold for this job? This is what you've always wanted?
If I say yes, I come. To be honest, yeah, it breaks my heart. It's hard for my kid.
Yeah, really hard.
It's hard to...
I couldn't leave my daughter for a week. And I think you're very close to him, right? To both of them.
If you find someone else, I'll be fine. But if you want me, I can do it too, and do it right. But if you find someone else, I'll be fine.
I understand what you're saying. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Guys, you all right?
Oh, we've got to let one of you go at this stage, and I'm going to let Sam tell you what her decision is.
Alex has been laughing at me because I feel quite teary about it, really. Not an easy decision to make at all, but, you know, Amelies is all about love and family and all those things. And so you know I can't do that to you, Fabien. It just wouldn't be right, so... But it was so lovely meeting you and seeing you cook your food.
Yeah.
So, thank you.
Thanks very much for everything. Thank you.
Great job.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Yes, I'm a little bit disappointed, but I'm happy to come back to my family. So it's in between. Yeah, I've got different feelings right now.
And then there were two.
Congratulations.
See you in the next round.
Well done, boys. Perhaps maybe take what's happened here and move forward with that.
Good luck to both of you. Look forward to seeing your next dishes. Thanks.
If they are to prove they are head chef material and can help Sam stay ahead of her competition, Martin and Paul must now really push the boat out to deliver the rest of their wedding menu.
I'm really looking forward to the challenge. I really am. I'm quite excited about it. Alex and Sam both turned around and both looking like don't let us down, so I know I have got a lot to prove.
Oh, I'd love the job. I'd love the job, of course. I mean, you know, it's a great location. They're working with great fish, and Sam seems absolutely brilliant. So let's hope it all works out. Really, it'd be good.
The final test is really how a chef handles service. Chefs have an ability to change personality completely when in service. You want to check that someone can handle the pressures and still remain the kind of chef you want to work with. You want to see their organisational skills, their management skills, how harmoniously they ensure that back and front of house work together. A lot is involved in a service, which is a much greater test of a chef's personality and abilities than just cooking a single dish.
While the chefs prepare to tackle their ultimate challenge, it's time for Sam to think hard about her two very different candidates.
So our two remaining chefs have two remaining courses to serve to your selection of guests. What are you looking for in particular?
So that they can lead a team, communication, not just with their team in the kitchen, that they can communicate to the front of house as well, that it's organised, that it all comes out at the same time. They're all identical, obviously, for costings and, you know, portion control. So a lot of things, really, a lot of things to remember.
They will prepare their mains and desserts in a real service to their toughest diners yet, Sam's unforgiving family and friends. Martin and Paul will have 90 minutes to prepare their final two dishes.
How's it going? You all right? What's your name? Jordan. Matt.
Tom. And Tegan, nice to meet you.
They will each have two junior chefs to work with them during the service.
Yeah, sorry you got the short with potato and potatoes, buddy. It's one of the most time-consuming ones there, but...
How they manage their brigade is a key part of the interview process.
And then once we get halfway with the meringue, then we're going to add the half of the sugar to it, OK?
What are you looking to see about how they work with these other two chefs?
I'm looking to see that they give these young chefs guidance. A lot of head chefs, it's all about me, look at me, but it's about bringing the group together to create a team, to get this food out.
I agree. I'm really interested because we've got two very different chefs. We've got Martin, who we know is enthusiastic and energetic, but this is the bit that I want to see that he can do, whereas I have less doubts about Paul in this particular aspect.
Have you got a knife? Yeah. There's some more potatoes in the fridge, if not.
For our chefs, everything now rides on this service.
Right, so what I want is nice little peaks like that. Are you all right with that?
Try and take all your skin off, because when this cooks, it goes really tight.
Hoping to make his dish stand out, Martin is wrapping monkfish in a chorizo and rosemary crust, served with saffron potatoes and a Catalan-style stew with tiger prawns and clams.
Monkfish and chorizo work really well together, so putting the crust around, that's really nice. And to go with this Catalan-style stew, works quite well. So,
Do you think it's appropriate for a wedding? It's not going to be too sloppy, it's not going to be too messy?
It shouldn't be too sloppy and it shouldn't be too messy.
Well, I'm hoping not. I'm giving you a bit of a clue there.
Yeah, no, it shouldn't be.
Thanks.
Dessert will be a pomegranate and Riesling poached pear with a lemon and mascarpone cream.
Martin's main course. Do you have any thoughts on this?
After Martin's starter, I think he's going to surprise us.
I think we need to make sure that the presentation is right.
Yeah.
Consistency is obviously key. And whether this is a dish that you could send out in number.
I know it's going to give a great flavour, but equally I'm quite worried about the chorizo.
You and me both, babe.
That's worried. I'm worried about that.
Yeah.
But the pudding, it's lovely.
Sounds lovely.
Yeah, it does.
Really does.
And again, same with the mussels, OK? Yeah. Mussels at one side of the tray, clams at the other, OK? You two can smash that up.
Paul's main is pan-fried fillet of sea bream, mussels and clams, and will be served with Cornish greens.
The advantage to farm bream is, you know, you get it at more or less the same price all year round.
It's sustainable,
nice
it's there, you guaranteed quality and consistency all the time.
I like the fact that this is controllable price-wise. It's a good
That's
choice.
it, no.
Well done. Thank you.
For dessert, Paul will serve lemon meringue cheesecake with rhubarb sauce. It's accompanied by clotted cream and candied orange.
So, what do you think of that menu?
Very wedding. It is very wedding. It is
Yes.
the kind of menu you're going to put out if we were doing 100 wedding lunches here.
Yeah, they're brilliant, mate, brilliant, mate. Get those in the fridge then for us.
Cheesecake with clotted cream. That's a kind of not a massively obvious thing for me to do. You need something a bit palate cleansing. I'm hoping the rhubarb sauce will provide that.
Yeah.
It looks like a menu that will go out easily to numbers, so that's one side of the equation that mentally I've already checked off. You have to wonder about his presentation now that we've seen his starter.
Yeah.
So whose menu is set to profit?
On one we've got a 70% GP, which is Paul's, and on Martin's we've got a 75% GP, which is right on the nose of what you'd like to be making. So currently, in business terms, this is the winning menu. However, all that goes out the window until you see what it looks like and how easy it would be to do in any kind of numbers.
To stand a chance of making any profit, a head chef must be precise with portions and have minimal wastage.
The monkfish and chorizo go really, really well. And with this dish as well, you can add chorizo to the sauce, which is really nice, but I thought it'd be a nice little change to just put chorizo around on the crust, to be honest with you.
To avoid the crust falling apart, it's vital it is rolled tightly around the monkfish and chilled prior to being pan-fried.
He will be fine. Want to roll him tight.
The portions will then be baked in the oven to finish.
These are the monkfish.
I'm just going to slice them into the 3 portions. As long as that crust does not come off, which, you know, if the temperature's not right in the pan or anything like that, or if it move it slightly like I just did and push the net, it can...
Right, crack.
Yeah, and if it cracks, that's a little bit of a...
Yeah.
Can be a problem.
Yeah, it's a dangerous dish, isn't it? But I mean, it's good, yeah.
Really dangerous dish.
Yeah. One thing I've noticed about you, you're incredibly organised.
I like to be, I like to be. I mean, it's the make or break situation. If you're not... Mise en place, mise en place, mise en place. It's the way I've trained and it's the way I
your
follow
mise en
through.
place is full on over there.
Yeah.
Mise en place is the French term for putting in place, referring to a chef preparing the component parts of a dish for easy assembly.
This is your...
Very light, very loose, but just packed with flavour.
Really lovely, well seasoned, really, really good that.
Perhaps a slightly over seasoned, but then I've got the veg to carry that through and stuff like that as
Yeah,
well.
I think so.
Potatoes,
No, I don't want to say it's over seasoned at all. I say it's just there.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Is that finished, is it?
No. Need some more fish stock. Because I haven't seasoned it a lot, I'm just going to add a tiny bit of that Knorr to that and add it into it. I think that's my only bit of hope.
I think you've got watching your seasoning. Salt's going to lift it. Remember, head chef is that seasoning. I think you've got to get it right.
Head fresh wouldn't be using clear fish bouillon.
In the restaurant, the guests begin to arrive. Made up of Sam's close family and friends, they will be a tough pack to please. It's time to brief the front of house. It's a key opportunity for the chef to give clear instructions of how the dish should be presented to the diner.
Steph here is going to be running front of house today, so would you like to explain your menu roughly to her?
For the mains, it's going to be monkfish wrapped in a chorizo crust, and it's just going to be served in like a Catalan-style stew, so it's like a tomato-y sort of, like Spanish sort of sauce, basically.
Is it spicy?
It's got some paprika, but that's the only spice it's got to it.
Paul?
Right, yeah, so guys, I've got pan-fried sea bream with just a little mussel and clam nage. That's going to be served in a bowl. When it's presented to them, it's presented facing this way, OK? This is what they're going to bite into. But as long as the fish is served, put in front of them that way, we're happy, yeah? But I'll go through that with you which way to present it, so everyone gets exactly the same. They see it the same and they visualise it the same, OK?
Paul, when asked if he wanted to let the staff know anything, was very clear about how the fish was to be put in front of the customers, which I thought was great, because that's exactly how it should be. Every single one should be uniform.
I mean, I remember back in the day that I did training, we always knew that the meat was the thing nearest the customer, the protein, the expensive element.
Yes.
You know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly. So, at the moment, again, they're kind of neck and neck. It's very...
Yes.
Don't need them ones, don't need them.
It's the latest.
We're all over the place at the side over here. But OK, we're getting there.
Martin's gross profit for his menu was predicted at 75%, on the money with Sam's expectations. But that's only if the portions are correct and consistent.
Well, that's a portion, is it?
Yeah, that's a portion there. I think it's slightly large, but it's got 100 grams in there.
It's huge.
Yeah, I know it is. It is huge.
Well, I don't know. 100
It is 100 grams, yeah.
It's with the crust, it's quite a lot to put on a plate, I think. You get away with those.
That's the only saying.
Yeah.
Martin's failure to weigh the portions could prove a costly mistake. Meanwhile, Paul prepares his brigade.
Yeah, now I'm going to say to you one veg, so just warm the veg up in the pan. You get the one sauce, so when you warm the veg, it's a little pinch of everything, OK? I'll take care of the sea bass, pan frying that over there. You're going to take care of just warming the mussels up through in the sauce, OK? You got with that? So literally 2 or 3 mussels in the pan, a couple of clams, and then we're just going to nappe that around to finish, OK? Wonderful. All good? Yeah. Happy? We're going to win? Yeah. Good stuff.
Service is about to begin.
Yes, please, mate.
Chefs, how long on? Chefs, how long? We're ready to go? Orders
ready to rock and roll, big fella.
We're ready?
Having chilled the monkfish wrapped in the chorizo and rosemary mix, Martin now pan fries to give a crispy crust. Getting this right will be vital to the success of the dish.
Matt, ask Chef if he needs you to do anything.
Just stand there looking pretty if you can, mate.
As Martin turns the fish, his worst fears are realised.
Crust is coming off. Yeah. Didn't have enough time to set. Didn't set in time.
Don't forget, people will rather wait a little bit, you know, to get it right. Don't panic, you know.
Oh, it's just that one I squished. I felt it and it cracked it.
But also, darling, you know what? This is what happens in real life.
It does.
So it's fine. You've just got to...
Just get these boys working for you and...
Yes,
Do you want this pan wiped out and start again?
What, would you like Matt to start cooking the prawns, or what would you like?
I was waiting for one to come and order, Matt,
Yeah.
literally, because these are going to take 7-8 minutes.
Don't
as long as the
panic.
crust is still sitting on there, the hard bit of crust, if the other bit is on, I'm going to have to remove that because it's just going to be like cotton
No,
fluff around it.
and actually, you know what? A crust should be a crust, not a base as well. So in a way, it hasn't done you any harm. You know, as long as you've got a crispy bit on the top.
Yeah.
Who cares about the bottom, right?
Yeah.
Not every head chef's going to have it perfect on every day. Trust me, it all goes wrong, you know what I mean? That's how we cover it up, isn't it?
I think he'd
Certainly
probably
is.
rather it if we were.
I know, I'm sure he'd rather we left
Yeah.
him to it. Come on.
Yeah. Just, do you need to borrow one of the other brigades?
No, I'm
sure?
fine, thank you. Yeah, these guys are
Tom's
standing here waiting as
Okay.
well, so it's just
All right.
a waiting game.
He's panicking. That's the worst thing. That's the worst thing. Just don't panic.
But also, just let someone do something for you.
He's trying to do everything himself, and that's why then the monkfish is burning and the prawns aren't being at the same time. I think if I would be in his position now, I'd be barking orders.
It's a bad start, but a chance to prove he's worth his salt by taking control of the situation and his brigade.
This is the first one. I made a school bear and I squished it, and then I broke the crust. Silly boy. These ones are holding a lot better.
Hi guys, are you ready to order?
Each table has been asked to select from both menus, and first orders are in.
Check on, I've got 4 monkfish and 1 sea bream, please.
Brilliant.
So much, guys. 1 bream, please.
When they hit 4 minutes.
Did you
4
hear
minutes,
that?
we'll get the prawns done.
You've got 4
Yeah.
monkfish, guys. 1 bream, please.
Oh, chef, I'm looking at about
Table
7
2.
minutes tops
Yeah,
my
you're
monkfish.
fine. Just give me
and then,
3
yeah.
minutes heads and I'll put my fish in.
Right on, cheers.
It's crucial the chefs now work together to keep diners happy by serving all dishes at the same time.
You got your mussels in there? Brilliant.
The first table's my family. Paul, Martin.
No pressure.
So no pressure.
Cool, thank you for letting me know.
Mark pointed out to Sam the other day, at the moment she's feeling fairly gung-ho because it's that point in the year where everything's quiet. but he was reminding her how desperate she was at the height of the summer when she had to step back into the kitchen. And what she really needs is someone who isn't necessarily going to be her bosom buddy, but someone who's going to make her money and make sure that food goes out well. Someone with organisational skills.
In a busy kitchen, a head chef's management of a brigade is paramount to success.
Check on, I've got a monkfish and a sea bream and 2 sea breams.
You see it starting to caramelise, a touch of water in there. Check on, please. 1 monkfish, 1 sea bream. Check on, please. 2 sea bream.
Martin's failure to fully delegate has led to an order being burnt. These mistakes will quickly eat away at any tight profit margin.
Ask him what he wants you to do, please. Jump in there, help him like you would have done.
That's it, mate. Just remember, straight after these, we're going to get the other order. So we're going to go in the 3
Clear up
now,
after him
next
if you
2
need
ones.
to,
Don't
Matt.
forget
Clear
that's
down his...
4 prawns for the next one.
Can you clear down your station, Martin? Is that a help, or...? Yeah, just keep going.
Right, 1 more minute, guys. I'm going to have another veg on, please. 2 portions. 1 minute from now.
While Paul's experience continues to shine, Alex senses Sam's reservations about a potential clash of personalities.
At this point in the year, you're feeling relaxed, a bit more gung-ho. You've forgotten what it's like in the height of the summer, with those crowds coming through the door, with the numbers, with that kind of just treading water to stay afloat. You know, darling, you need someone who can walk in here and bang it out for you.
And Martin can bang it out as well. He can. It's just going to take a little bit more training.
I don't know if I could work with Paul.
No, and I'm
But
saying
he doesn't need to
Martin,
be your bosom buddy.
No.
I don't want him to be my bosom buddy.
Well,
He has
that's
to
lucky.
listen. He just has to listen.
I would not discount Paul.
No,
I really wouldn't, darling.
The chefs have been asked to create a 3-course wedding menu. Food should not only look impressive, but be able to be served consistently in large numbers. Alex, Sam and Mark will be judging these dishes on presentation, quality and taste.
Lovely, thank you.
For Martin's main course, he has served monkfish wrapped in a chorizo and rosemary crust, accompanied by saffron potatoes and a Catalan-style stew with tiger prawns and clams.
What do you think of the presentation? Doesn't look bad.
Doesn't look bad at all.
Apart from this big bit of crust.
Let's try it.
I think it needs more seasoning.
Yeah, and it needs to be more brothy.
There's something missing. What's missing?
Yeah.
Salt.
I mean, I find it quite pleasant.
Pleasant.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's not the disaster I thought it was going to be.
No, actually, I quite like it.
The fish isn't overcooked. It's just okay.
You're right. It's not the disaster I thought it was going to be.
Thank goodness.
No.
I mean, I was really expecting a car crash of a dish, but this is edible. It's pleasant. But quite honestly...
But if I was at a wedding and I'd had my couple of glasses of bubbly before that and a glass of wine and that came up, I'd think that was quite good, you know, something different, something quite nice.
Paul's main dish is pan-fried fillet of sea bream, mussels and clams. He's serving it with Cornish greens.
How do you think that looks?
I
Pretty.
think it looks pretty.
It's lovely.
Nice, clean,
Elegant.
simple, elegant, maybe a bit boring, but certainly a lot better than his starter attempt.
Yeah.
The fish is yummy, but I personally think that the rest is slightly over-seasoned. But no, I agree.
It is way too salty.
Yeah.
I agree.
It's just seasoned for me. Any more, it'll be over. But it is for the general guest. That'll be over salty.
I think the average person that comes to a wedding, if they were presented with those 2 dishes, I think they'd be more wowed by that.
To be devil's advocate, this is a safer dish. If you had 100 guests, 85 would like that.
With such an important decision to make, Sam will value the opinions of her close family and trusted friends.
I had the monkfish, and yeah, I like monkfish because, I don't know, I just like the texture, and I like the tritzel on top, nice and crispy, yeah.
The monkfish, in my view, was overcooked and under-seasoned. The potatoes were fine, they were a good colour. Then when I got to the sauce, all the tomatoes had all their skins on them.
I had the sea bream and it was lovely, not too much. The kale was lovely with it, lots of sauce, and the mussels were cooked beautifully. Very tasty.
The sauce was far too salty though, and it looked very, very plain.
I thought the fish was cooked really well, the skin was really crispy, it was nice to eat.
5 stars. I really was utterly delighted with it.
With Sam torn between the two, the desserts will be the last chance for our chefs to impress. But Martin is feeling the heat, along with his pomegranate and Riesling sauce.
Mate, what happened there, dude? What happened? Were you not watching it when you're keeping an eye on it, though?
I was keeping an eye on it.
Yeah, you've caught it, mate. If you can grab some red wine and some sugar and quickly make another reduction for that, because you can't use that, mate, please. My reduction was nearly burnt, and we've rectified it with red wine. I can't really put the syrup on the plate where I wanted to, which is a vibrant, deep red colour. Now it's not. Now I've got this dull, reddy brown colour. But, you know, we've tasted it, goes in mashed bone, the flavour's there. It's just unfortunate presentation.
Will one of these desserts be enough to help Sam decide who will be her new head chef?
It's teamwork, you see. And you know, the great thing about what we did earlier, just having the veg portions ready and everything like that, you know, we know exactly where we are, we know what count we've got left, what's going on. It's a lot more easier rather than during service picking through bits and trying to grab it. It's just boom, 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 done. Congratulations, Martin. No matter what happens, mate. Great
Cheers,
day,
mate.
great
If you
day.
need a sous chef, dude, just let me know, mate.
They say the proof is in the pudding. So what are the first impressions?
Martin's first. What do we think about the presentation?
I think it looks a little bit large. I think it, you know, I don't know, when we walked outside, I didn't know whether it should maybe be cut in half or, I don't know.
I have to say, I like the pear whole. I would have presented it differently. I personally prefer it in a little bowl, which gives a chance for the sauce to be more part of the dish. It's kind of coagulated around the edges. I just hope it tastes good, because goodness knows we had a brilliant starter, a so-so main. We need something to seal the deal.
Martin's dessert is pomegranate and Riesling poached pear with a lemon and mascarpone cream.
Sorry, I'm going to have to hold this because it's
all right.
It's not something you want to settle for the end of your meal, is it?
We obviously got some of the sauce that you had to whip up, because all you can taste is red wine.
It'd be really awkward to eat at a wedding.
Well, the reason it's awkward to eat is because it's undercooked. You should be able to eat it with a spoon.
It's really underwhelming.
Like the idea, don't like the execution. But let's remember, Martin gave us the standout starter dish. So he's had 2 really good ideas that weren't done quite right.
And I did, you know, and at the end, even through the horrendous service, I still quite liked his main. I did like what he did with it.
OK. What do we think of this dish, Paul's dessert?
Looks like a wedding dish. I love the pink, I love the white, I love the candied orange.
Yeah.
You know, if we just... Oh.
Yum, yum.
Paul has prepared a lemon meringue cheesecake, served with a rhubarb sauce, clotted cream and candied orange.
That is a perfect meringue.
Perfect. It's like a little mini city of
It's got such a lot of flavours in there.
That's an impressive wedding dessert. That's a lot of different things going on and...
I stick by my original thought that the clotted cream is not necessary.
It's like a bit of an added Cornish thing, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's wrong. But the rhubarb sauce is delicious.
It's lovely. Yeah.
I agree.
Tuck in, guys. Yours is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Well done.
Paul has served a standout dessert, But is it enough to get him the job?
I mean, the thing that you said to me when I first came here and I first met you was you came here, Port11 had you, there was one other restaurant. There are now 9 other restaurants. You have got to keep the competitive edge. You've got to stay ahead of the crowd. You've got to distinguish yourself. You have a formula that works. You don't want to change it. You need someone who is going to bully on through for you. I know who I would choose.
Do we go and talk 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Come on, let's go.
See you in a minute. Cool.
It is 50-50. I think it all comes down to Sam and who she wants in the kitchen, really.
No, I really want a shot at this opportunity, so hopefully, touch wood, I'll be offered the job.
I think Sam is at this point in her career and in her life where she is ready to make the decision of a businesswoman rather than do the fluffy, heart-led choice. I hope so, but of course I can't insist and I can't persuade. I have no intention of doing that. All I can do is tell her what I think.
For some final reassurance, Sam has called on her brother.
Do you think I should go with someone who is like got a lot of potential, a little bit out there that you'd have to curb and you'd probably really have to train in big numbers, or do you think I should play it safe and try and get someone that's got the experience in numbers? I don't know what you're going to say because I just answered it myself.
I think you know the answer.
Hi.
Hi.
Chefs, thank you for being patient. I'm sorry it's taken us so long to come to a decision. I'm glad it's not mine to make. So over to Sam.
So, the person I've decided to give the job to and take us to the next level.
Deep breath.
Is Paul. I had to go away and not make a decision with my heart for once, which was really hard. But to take it to the next level, I've got to start thinking with my head. You know, I've got to start doing that.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Oh, I must say, thank you for the opportunity to come back. Really, really, I will not let you down. The future is looking great, I think. Yeah, just head down, crack on. Let's get this place prepped up for the summertime and let's have a great season.
Thank you for giving me the chance, mate. It's been a great day again.
Don't stop cooking, because you're absolutely fantastic.
Let yourself down a little bit, but, you know, onwards and upwards. I know I can delegate, to be honest with you, and I can control the team well. It's just I failed to do it in this crucial moment.
Head chef.
Cha-ching. Thank you very much.
There are a lot of restaurants here. She needs to drive things forward, and I think ultimately Paul probably is the one who can help her do that.
To the future.